So today, the first dish I want to make for you is something called spaghetti ai tartufi neri. And speaking of spaghetti, I have to go back here and make sure that I did get all of that pasta down into the pot. I just wanted to surprise you because it is a rare treat to be able to work with truffles. All right, so now what do you do with them once you get them? Well, here's a nifty gadget. This is called a taglia tartufo, or a truffle cutter, and it has a knob here that controls how thick you cut the truffle. Now, there we go. Got to get started on that. And you press against this to give you slices of truffle. And there they are. See that? And you want them fairly thin. And you never really cook with this. You just infuse. And so here I have some truffles that I shaved a little earlier, sitting in a little bit of olive oil. You see that? They're just sitting in this. And you want, for this dish, you want to do this a couple hours ahead of time so it really infuses the olive oil. I'm going to take the rest of those out. Look at how beautiful that is. I don't want to waste anything because this is just too expensive. So once you have that, well, then it's very simple what you do next. I'm going to put that aside. You can look at that while we get the garlic ready. So we want to have a couple cloves of garlic and chop them up fine. So we have our garlic, and now I want to take just a little bit of this and put it into a pan, because I really don't want to cook this too long. I'm going to take about a couple tablespoons of the oil that the truffles have been soaking in and put it in a little pan that I'm going to put the pasta in with and the truffles later on. So just the oil goes in. And then we add the garlic. So we want to flavor the garlic in the oil. And if you did happen to get a boatload of black truffles, this is a good way to keep them, to preserve them, is to shave them and to put them in olive oil. So now we want to get this soft. Now, if you don't have a taglia tartufo like this, you could use a cheese grater. You see, use the slicing part of a cheese grater, and then you could just slice off pieces of it. Not as nice as the taglia tartufo, but still, you're going to get that wonderful flavor. Believe me, I'm going to lap up this counter later on when you leave. And if you didn't have access to fresh truffles at all, well, you would have access to something like this. This is this in a jar. See that? It's a little softer, a little mushier. But these you can find either in an Italian gourmet shop, or if you were in Italy, you could buy these in the market when you don't have access to this. But there's a big difference between eating this and eating this. So these are available. Okay, now let me see how we're doing here on the pasta, because remember, when you cook pasta, you only want to cook it al dente. And how do we know that? Well, we know that by picking up a piece of it and looking inside, breaking the pasta to look inside to see if you can see any uncooked flour, any white spot remaining in the broken pasta. If you do, then you know that that pasta is not cooked. So that needs about a minute more to go. So let's get this softened down now. And so you want to have ready your serving dish with some pecorino cheese. Put a little pecorino cheese in the base, like that. And you know that pecorino cheese is sheep's milk cheese. Okay, and also we want in here a couple tablespoons of the cooking water from the pasta. Now let me just check that one more time, because we do not want to ruin this dish. Not with truffles, we don't. Almost there. So I'm going to take the water out now. I'm going to turn this down, turn the heat down, and take just a little bit of the cooking water. That's going to help the sauce cling to the pasta, because there's a lot of starch in here. And it goes right in with the garlic and the oil. Now that is really hot. We turn this off. And now we get the pasta. You only do this dish for your very, very best friends. And we're going to drain this right out of the pot. That's why it's nice to have a pot like this, you see? Makes it very easy to drain instead of having to go over to the sink. Pasta goes in, just like that. And then we take the truffle mixture, put it all right over the top. Do not even put this dish in the dishwasher because you can, you know, kind of finger it later. Mix this up. Oh, the smell of the forest is right here. And this dish is one of the classic ways to use scorzone or tartufi neri in general in Umbria. We can take our pan, pour it right in there, every single bit of it, every little speck into our serving dish. Give this a toss, just like that. And now a little bit of pecorino cheese over the top, and spaghetti ai tartufi neri is ready. Lucky, lucky you.